Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Business. Been a long time since I've done this, so I'm just gonna wing it. I actually have no idea what I really want to talk about for this episode, but it's episode 38 of Ships and Giggles, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope everything's going well for you, wherever you're at in the world. And the Alaska. I'm playing the hell out of this. Ask me Josh about that. He says that about every ship that I play, though, because I only play like 4 ships out of the 260 that I have. So the Alaska is the newest one that I'm going to binge on, and I guess generally it's simply because once I get comfortable with the ship, I want to see where it takes me, I guess, in terms of, the skill ceiling for it, and I feel like this has a pretty damn good skill ceiling. And fortunately we didn't get the 9th Citadel there, but Jesus, what a hit. This is what this ship does. I'm able to exploit that ships can't really deal with other ships up close. A lot of them can't, and certainly not battleships. And you get results like that. The maximum damage I would have been able to do there is just a little over 81,000, so I wasn't going to be able to dev strike him anyways. But I do have some other clips that are not in this episode, but from yesterday when I was playing, where I finally did 200k and passed that mark, which with all AP for the ship, it's not that easy. It's not as easy as you think. And the thing is, I completely screwed up on the dev strike against a point blank Yamato. I should have been able to bring my turrets around, and I just screwed it up. But yeah, so there's an oddball Citadel there against the Republic, which I didn't expect at all. I did want to mention, by the way, that Anchor's Way Anaheim was awesome. Really enjoyed meeting a few of you guys, and cat's out of the bag as far as, I don't do pictures. That's just not me. I don't do webcam. I don't want to do any of that. So if you're looking for photos of me, you'll have to check other sources, because just not gonna happen here. So but the Iowa was absolutely fascinating. We only went through the superstructure, so it was generally I don't want to say a limited tour, because there was so much information and so much to look at, so much to consider and kind of throw yourself back into. The turrets themselves and the ship itself was huge. This is my first museum ship, and it was absolutely fascinating. And this is the modernized one. Basically all the Iowa class ones were modernized. So, if you go to the Alabama or the North Carolina, they have, their World War II setup, and that's, to me, something I'd really enjoy checking out. Because as cool as it is seeing the tomahawks and the harpoons and things like that, and the Sea Whiz, I kind of want to get a bit more of a feel for how things actually were, as far as how it is based in the game. The thinking about how many people had to be squeezed onto this massive ship anyways, and the fact that they, line like the turret rings with with bedding to just try to get all these guys a space to sleep, because there's anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 people on board these at peak in World War II is just astonishing to me. But anyhow, so yeah, like I said, it was awesome to meet a few of you guys, Imperial Lion, Kill Mister, Pepito, number of others as well. Yeah, I look forward to the next time, let's just say that. So assuming there is one. I don't know if I'll get invited back, I have no idea. So anyhow, yeah, so the Alaska, though, I just wanted to point out, it's been confirmed that it's been, the charge for it is going to be 1 million free XP. I know a lot of people are kind of pissed about this, and I don't see why. The reasoning behind that clearly is because either A, the average person is sitting on a shitload more free XP than they were, say, a year ago, or, with the Musashi and Kronstadt's release, or B, and it's probably a combination of both of these, it's simply that it's so damn easy to get a massive amount of free XP. I was just sitting on 2.5 million. I had nothing to do with it. And basically I just picked up all the ships that I didn't have. Actually, I take that back. There's still the Rune, which I've never played. Still don't think I'm going to play it. I gotta pick up the Ibuki again, and the Dresden, or, yeah, 3 more of the tech tree ships, and that's it. I literally have every ship in the game, other than the Iwaki Alpha and the carriers. So that's a hell of a lot of ships, man. So when people are like, hey, why don't you play other ships? It's because I'm so spoiled for choice that I can't figure out anything else to play, so I just end up playing, the few that I'm really legitimately comfortable with. So the Akatsuki is one of them. I would say it's been power creeped a bit. The concealment on this is pretty crap, and especially when you start considering where tier 8 and 9 ships are. They're those destroyers now with their concealment. It can get pretty dicey with this, and things are liable to get a little dicey around here, but it's just a ship that has a lot of things going for it. The main thing would be, to me, if I were to give this a small buff, either A would be to concealment, and I would only just bring that down to 6-1. I wouldn't bring it any lower than that. Or I would improve the turret traverse maybe for 180 degrees, probably just improve it by about 4 seconds. That's it. Because I think this is a really, really good, powerful tech tree ship in a really good spot at the right tier. It's just a really fun ship to play. Not always, of course. I mean, that could be said for any ship. And I did a nice little fake out there against that Asashio, who's getting way too close to our AFK Mayhem, which unfortunately, especially with this snowflake thing going on and the grind for the additional coal and steel, just been seeing way more of. And typically what happens with a lot of this type of stuff is you get a lot of people that come back to the game. You get a lot of people that come out of the woodwork, not new accounts, but just accounts that don't get used very often. And in regards to that, I think that there's a lot more people that don't play co-op. Like a lot of co-op players end up in randoms, and actually vice versa, so I guess it balances out to a degree. But yeah, there's just a really different feel when big events like this go on in the game. And say what you will, it is bad, but it is what it is, and we just have to wait it out a few weeks, and then we'll get back to hopefully the normal game. I did pick up I have won every single ship now that was available from the crates. So I got the gas can here. This is my first match in it too, by the way. I got the gas can. We got the Z39. Picked up the Musashi when doing the Steel Monsters campaign. So finally have that thing. The Kronstadt, so I can actually do comparisons between that and the Alaska. Spoiler alert, I think the Alaska's better for the most part. At least in my opinion, as far as the guns are concerned, the dispersion is far more consistent with the Alaska. And yeah, I knew these torps were coming. It was more about a mad rush to, at the very least, get behind this island, and also to make sure that I didn't really have too much of my side exposed to this Roma if he did come around, while I was trying to dodge the torp. So here we go. Got to push in against him. We've got our speed boost going, which is, our speed against each other here is, closing pretty quick. So get around his side, and this is the beauty of all these ships that have a high citadel. He aimed really high, and that was just the front turret, man. So that was a huge hit. Got triple citadel there. Should have been a death strike, but whatever. I'll take it. And yeah, that felt pretty good. It was a pretty solid first round with the gas can. Really could have done a few other things different in this match. It took a while to get that one going. So back to the Alaska, which is, again, something you're going to see a lot on this channel and in the stream. And I'll probably talk about it openly a lot because I like the ship. It's definitely something that has taken a while to click, but I found my niche, and here we go. So I do want to point out that I have no idea when the ship is getting released. And if I did, it would be NDA, but I can confirm that I don't know personally. And even if it's in the World of Warships Discord right now. I'm not going to go looking to find it because I already have it. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face. It's just it's just funny. So it should be soon. I mean, we have the Musashi and the Kronstadt that are going to be removed from the free XP pool, the arsenal. So that, or whatever, however you get them, I didn't even care about getting those ships because they weren't really interesting to me anyways, so I was perfectly fine not getting them. But the point being that it should be soon, I just don't know when. And I know people are still going to ask about it anyways, oh well. But this ship does feel pretty damn good for me now, and in this match, we have clearly gone the wrong way, myself and these two battleships, and as is now a meme on our channel, I've overextended, and so have these guys. At least I'm not alone, though, which is nice. But the problem is, I'm trying to figure out a way out right now, and there's a huge gap between myself and us and the rest of the team on the other side. So the problem is here that that's a perfect spot for a destroyer to slip through, and they already had a destroyer get B. We know that based off of the minimap, and it's at this point where I'm not thinking about the potential of that. I'm thinking about, well, why don't we have our battleships off the fucking 9 line and over into a place where they can project that power more efficiently? Because I hate to break it to people, but just because you have long range doesn't mean you're effective at long range. And keeping your battleship out of a fight means that somebody else has to pay for that. And typically that's ships that can't take the hits the same way that you can in your battleship. I know this is a absolutely shocking revelation. It really is, but yeah, just a PSA, I guess. So the Musashi, I'm sorry, the Musashi, don't know why I was thinking about that. The Shimakaze that captured B is now in our backfield, and this is a huge problem. He's been very interested in my ship throughout the match so far, as you know, regarding the chat and everything else. So that's been one of those things where in testing any ship, you get focused pretty hard. So trying to manage my concealment here, see if I can break off some distance here and get a bit closer to the Shimakaze, see if we can take him out. We've got their Hydro going, so we're going to have plenty of warning against his torpedoes. But if he doesn't stay in the smoke and he spots me, like he is currently doing right now, then we've got a problem. And you know, I've got my other teammate over here who's trying to figure out just a way to last a little bit longer here against the coming onslaught of the team that's at A, and he doesn't have long to live, of course, but you know, I'm essentially just trying to figure out a way to keep myself in the match and or do something that'll be helpful, such as taking out the Shimakaze. That's, to me, the biggest thing that I can do right now to help this team, is to kill the Shimakaze or drive him towards my teammates who can hopefully take him out. So what I didn't know at this time, and what he confirms in the chat, is that apparently the Turpits on my team, I think it's the Turpits that he mentions, destroyed one of his torpedo tubes. And that is not actually something I connected the dots with up until I started doing the video. I thought he was talking about like something else. I thought maybe he was just talking about it being disabled. So after those first 2 torp sets came through, I was expecting a third one at any point, and that's why I am managing my ship in the way that I am right now. So go ahead and pop radar. And not a great shot, and not great dispersion overall. I sailed that first, the first turrets there right over him, so that wasn't that great. But and again, this is before I've played the Kronstadt, so disregard what I say in chat. This ship is basically a Zhao compared to the Kronstadt. So that ship is just sloppy. I love the velocity of the guns and everything, and they can hit hard as balls, but it's still generally a sloppy ship as far as the dispersion is concerned. So one of the other aspects of any ship in testing, but especially this one right now, the potential damage that you receive, the focus that you receive can be extreme, and sometimes though opportunities open up because of that. And I've said this before many times. If you see a ship that's in testing, if you see somebody that you know is dangerous, you don't go out of your way and sacrifice the match to go after them. And that's the weird part, is it happens a lot. And then sometimes you just kind of get forgotten about, and it's really weird. So this is one of those situations here. I've been spotted the whole time. It's not like, there's any reason for them to not shoot at me. But a couple of these guys have put themselves in a position now where they have to engage either myself or now other players that have finally come back towards the center to answer this threat. And this is one of those things which I think this ship is really incredibly capable at exploiting. And the whole overextended bullshit going on in my channel and everything right now, it's so funny, but this is technically overextended, but I'm also hitting their flank. And this curve first apparently just doesn't think that I'm that much of a threat, and he's not turning at all, one way or another, to combat any issues from our Shimakaze, our Atago, or any other threat that we have over here. So line up a full broadside and drop a nice comfortable 21,000 damage salvo. Not bad. And that just changed the entire complexion of this match. We're still down 2 destroyers to 1, but we still have 3 battleships to their... actually, I don't know how many, but I don't think they have any at this point. So, enemy Seattle's over there. It looks like he's just trying to figure out, or maybe actually he's not trying to figure out whether or not he should move. I think he's probably playing an angle here, and now he's not playing much of anything because he's dead. So got a nice little double sit salvo there. Got a Des Moines that's angled away, a Zhao that's moving in, and this is not an easy fight. This is definitely not what I want to be in, but there's also no way for me to really get out of the situation without possibly losing my ship anyway. So you could say, yeah, turn left, go behind that island right there. But if I do that, if I decide, hey, I'm going to go broadside, both of these guys are going to be dumping AP into my side, and that'll probably kill me faster than whatever I can possibly do here. So got everything on cooldown now, unfortunately, and I'm just going to play my cards, see what happens. We managed to get a double Citadel there against the Zhao, and that's close. That's really damn close. We got the one fire, we got the heal for another 7 seconds, and yep, that's going away pretty quickly. But this is why I run the build that I do, and you can see that in the previous video. But it's about being able to sustain these fights where other ships can't, and that I think is a huge factor in the fun aspect of this ship to me, because being able to outlast people like you're a battleship when you have the maneuverability of a cruiser and the overall flexibility of a cruiser is pretty damn nice. So I'm tucking in here against this island, and my worry is that I'm obviously going to get radared at some point, right? My guess here is that what he's going to do, and I'm preparing in the event that he does come around, which I don't think he's going to do, at the time of playing this match, the best thing for him to do would be to fade out towards the map edge so he can better use that arc. But that's kind of not what's really going to happen here. He's clearly moving to the north, and it's only a matter of time before he gets spotted. So there he is, and I've got no health to play with here. I got the repair party coming up. It's just how much can I force him to expose himself to the ships that are behind me here to hopefully get him killed. But there's a repair party, start getting some health back, but that doesn't really matter against the Des Moines as we take 1,800 damage, and again, super close to death. See if we can just take the shot I'm hitting C to go back and forth with my turrets to see if there's anything I could do here. Managed to squeak that one right in and take him out. But the match isn't over. Got the Shimikaze off to my left, and he's got a fire on me. But it's too late because that's the match. See, with those matches, my palms get sweaty. I get the shakes after, dealing with the adrenaline and all that. And I like that, and I really don't at the same time. I mean, it's kind of why I play, and it's also why I don't like playing at the same time. But 2600 base XP, and thankfully it was a match facilitated, my success facilitated by the team coming back and correcting their positions, and just the opportunity and making that happen. So props to those guys for turning that game around with me. But thank you for watching today, and hope you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for your support throughout the year, everybody. And if I don't see you on stream or here or wherever before the new year, then I hope you have a happy and safe new year. Thank you again. I'll see you next time.